let's get started with this Impact review from November the 18th, 2021. 1. Steve Maclin defeated the Laredo Kid by clean pin. Jesus Christ. Laredo Kid is now, who was the #1 contender for the X Division title. Now it's a triple threat match. Yay! Another triple threat match for the X Division title. Why couldn't Steve Maclin just take this spot from Laredo Kid? If Laredo Kid wasn't gonna win anyway, what difference does it make? Now, Trey Miguel is talking about, oh, Maclin, you've been complaining that you didn't get beat. Now it's a triple threat match, and I'm going to make it my business to beat you in this match. But then again, he doesn't have to. So, what is the point? What is the point of this? To get to the point where either Maclin's going to win the title or he's not. I mean, come on, man. You can answer that question just by having him wrestle Trey Miguel instead of doing this triple threat stuff. Ace Austin didn't want to accept Chris Sabin's challenge for another match. Chris Sabin came out there and made fun of him, said that he's a future world champion, he needs to act like it. But Chris Sabin is a former world champion, and this is not how world champions behave. So he goaded Ace Austin into accepting his match, and then they fought a little bit, in which Chris Sabin made Madman Fulton look like a complete idiot, because Fulton tried to attack him and ended up in a deep freezer or something like that. And it was absolutely stupid, and it was ridiculous, and the fight ended up getting broken up. The second match was the Undead Bridesmaids versus the Inspiration. This match was very bad because Undead Bridesmaids, they absolutely suck. Kimberly is awful. Awful. Brandy Lauren is green, but she's also very young, so her being bad, I can accept because, again, she's very young. Kimberly, I've been looking at her on this show for at least a year. She's not good. At that point, Decay came out. Well, Inspiration won, of course, they're the tag team champions. Then Decay came out there and they just kind of terrorized the, they just terrorized the Inspiration by standing over them and just going, ooh. It's like being in a haunted house in a Scooby-Doo movie or something. Ooh, ooh. Well, it was dark and everything. It was awful. Man, it was a tragedy. That wouldn't be it for Decay, though. After the Swingman and his team lost to Decay and the Demon, this match was equally terrible. This is the match that got me going through this show very, very fast and making me want to absolutely throw myself out of a window. Swingman was pretty upset, though, after this match. He was disappointed in himself after losing to the Demon. Johnny Bravo says, hey, Swingman, you know, I want to do you a favor. I want to make this guy happy. And Swingman was like, cut it, Jack. You know, this is the worst day of my life. I don't want nothing to do with this. After all of that, Decay teleported to the side of Johnny Bravo, which is, you know, Rosemary and Havoc. The version of Decay that wrestled in that match was Black Taurus and Crazy Steve. So it was Black Taurus, Crazy Steve, and the Kiss Demon. I just refuse to call him the Demon. He's the Kiss Demon, okay? In any event, after Rosemary used her magical powers to appear, even though her magical powers doesn't help her win matches for some reason. Her magical powers didn't stop the 3 count that cost him the tag team title, I'm just saying. I don't know when she must got some kind of trick magic that only works sometimes. Or does she get like 3 wishes like a genie? She only gets to use magic 3 times. And she was late that day, so she had to use magic to teleport there. And then she was very hungry, so she teleported herself to a McDonald's or something like that. Then she had to teleport back to make it to the show in time. And all of her magic was gone. So when she had the match, she didn't have any more magic. And therefore she got beat. I mean, that would make sense, right? That would be the only way you can explain how somebody who has magic powers loses a wrestling match. I mean, come on. In any event, Decay popped up next to Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo gave them the sad tale of the Swingman. To which Rosemary says, oh, look, we're willing to help you with this. But we want the only thing we've always wanted, which is your sweet virgin blood. And Johnny Bravo makes the deal. And the deal is that Rosemary has to make Johnny Swinger happy like he was at Wrestle House. So Rosemary took everyone back to Wrestle House. And they dropped us at the end of the show into Wrestle House Dose. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was so bad they decided to do it again. I'm all for outside of the ring activities. I'm all about it. I preach on this channel a lot about outside the ring activities. You got to do more. But it has to concern wrestling in some way. Just doing Wrestle House 2, I mean, doing a reality TV show is so bad. Oh, it's so bad. Impact is going to have me in a fetus position in the corner like a battered wife with my head on my hands like, look, you know, this is a tragedy. This is awful what you're doing to this program. You need to fire everybody on the creative team and just start all over again. Some of the talent are perfectly fine, but just fire the entire creative team. Another thing they need to be fired for. Chelsea Green is still chasing the digital media championship, and now she's the #1 contender. I don't know what's going on with that. Matt Cardona talked about how close he was to being world champion, even though he got beat. Then he says he wants to challenge the winner of Eddie Edwards and Moose. Then all of a sudden, here comes W. Morrissey, who's like, nope, nope, nope. You're not getting the title shot because I want the title shot, and I'm going to beat you up. And then Matt Cardona was like, oh, yeah? You're going to pin me? All right, then pin me at Turning Point. And then W. Morrissey was like, sure, I'll pin you at Turning Point if that's what you want. And now they're going to have a match at Turning Point. So Eddie Edwards decided to cut a promo about him and Moose and how they have this long story history about how Moose put his hands on his wife, which of course I remember. And again, I understand that Moose and Eddie Edwards have beef. I just think that Eddie Edwards is about interesting as an enema. In any event, Moose comes out there and they fight. 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 And they fight, and then ultimately they get broken up. Moose cuts a promo about how he's tired of Eddie Edwards, and he's going to do very, very bad things to Eddie Edwards at the pay-per-view. Scott D'Amore shows up and says, oh, yeah, you guys been fighting and you've been acting crazy. Let's Full Metal Mayhem. Eddie Edwards versus Moose is going to be a Full Metal Mayhem match. And I said, okay, you know, Steel Cage would have worked. Full Metal Mayhem, okay, that's cool too. That's their version of TLC. All right. Doesn't make me want to see it even more. Still don't want to watch it, but it is what it is. From there, we move to Mercedes Martinez, who cut a promo and says that, you know, mutual respect has gone out of the window between her and Mickie James. And if Mickie James truly knew her, she would have known never to turn her back on her. And this is an opportunity she's been waiting for her whole life. And this ain't about friendships. Later on, Mickie James cut a promo and said that, oh yeah, you call yourself the original OG, which will make her the OOG. But thank you for reminding me who I'm dealing with and what I'm dealing with. I thought I was helping a friend, but when it comes to the title, there are no friends. You know, so you're going to get a hardcore country ass whooping. They build this thing. I like Mercedes Martinez versus Mickie James. I like the match. It's the match I'm most interested in when it comes to the Turning Point event. It's just unfortunate that it's on Impact Plus and it's not an actual pay-per-view match. This feels like a bigger match than they're really making it out to be. All right, Deonna Purrazzo is back, but she didn't really have much to say. She talked about winning the Knockouts Championship, and she finally defined the virtuosa character, that she has the ability to analyze matches and fill in gaps in her mistakes. So she made some mistakes against Mickie James, and she'll go back and do some analysis and figure out what mistakes she's made, and she'll be back whenever she gets ready. I'm like, okay. Then they had Hikuleo versus Doc Gallows in a match I couldn't care less about. Hikuleo is like a man on stilts. I know he's in Japan. I know he's like from New Japan, so I'm supposed to think he's good. He's not though. Finjuice also not good. Talked about how they've been empty-handed all this whole trip. They tried to win the tag team titles, failed. Tried to be some #1 contenders, they failed at that too. And now they don't know what to do. Scott D'Amore says, oh yeah, you guys are just unfocused. You need to focus up, guys. So here's the thing. I'm going to put you guys in a match with Decay and see if you can get your focus back. So they're going to wrestle Decay in the, I'm guessing, the kickoff show of their Impact event, which is awful. Anyway, we won't have to deal with Finjuice much longer because I heard Juice Robinson's going to let his contract with New Japan run out. And he's probably going to explore free agency. So this dollar store macho man is probably going to be hanging around Impact a lot longer, but I'm not so sure David Finlay will be. He likes Impact, so maybe dollar store macho man, you know, Dollar Tree macho man will still be hanging around Impact for a little while longer. I don't know, like, Juice Robinson is just not interesting to me. I don't care, you know, I don't care. He's very bland. Violent by Design. Eric Young cut a really great promo. Eric Young is a good promo, man. He talked about Rhino, and he said that Rhino experienced freedom. and he says, what does it mean to really be free? And that he helped Rhino become free by, you know, making Rhino pure, bringing Rhino back to who he was. But then Rhino made a bad mistake. He made a choice, and there's consequences for those choices. And that, once again, he's going to set Rhino free, but this time it's going to be a permanent freedom. And that he's going to stack him and Heath on top of each other, and he's going to build a monument of violence on their backs. And I said, you know what? I believe that shit. I believe that shit. That's real shit right there, man. That was good stuff. So that was excellent. And the main event was Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Alexander in a wrestling match that was booked as probably being one of the best wrestling matches to ever wrestle in the wrestling ring. And it turned out to be pretty mediocre Japanese style match where hit me, I'll hit you, you chop me, I'll chop you, you hit me with the elbow, I hit you with the elbow, and then we do some other stuff outside the ring, and then we throw back in and we do some of the other stuff. Then, okay, I'll do the job. Suzuki loses with the C4 spike, but if you've seen one Suzuki match, you've seen them all, it seems like, you know. He's 58 years old or something like that. I'm not excited. I never was a fan. So we're in this position. Get some good guys from Japan, for fuck's sake. Where did Jay White go? You know, where did Jay White go? I mean, I guess he did his obligation to Impact. He don't got to do this shit anymore. Come on, man. Jay White was actually good. And they didn't even use him properly. He didn't get a title shot or anything. They should have put the fucking belt on Jay White. If you really was trying to make me interested, that's what you should have done. But they had to go with Kenny Omega. All right, Impact is terrible. I don't know if I'm going to continue to review this show. I'm going to do Turning Point because that's a pay-per-view. We'll see who's the #1 contender after Matt Cardona. If some things don't change, I may have to chill on Impact for a while and treat it like I used to treat Ring of Honor. And that is, I will probably watch it but not review it and then do the pay-per-views. Simply because... But I'll leave that up to the fans. We'll see how many. If this video gets more likes than, let's say, my SmackDown review, then I will continue doing Impact. If not, then Impact will go to the dustbin, and I'll only do the special events. So I'll leave it into y'all's hands. I'll survive either way, I guess. It only means whether an extra 40 minutes or sleep or so. But let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.